something I've never really done with Yin before, so we're going to give it a try.
Okay, this is on now.
Is it just starting?
Yep.
Hi, YouTube. Sorry. Good morning again. Thank you for being here. Yin Yoga practice. Sorry about the dog. We're going to be working on shoulders, arms, and wrists, like I was saying. And I've never done a shoulder, arm, wrist focus before. But a lot of times when you're working the arm, you get into the upper body meridians. And specifically, it's a lot of heart and lung, which I thought was kind of cool. The other upper body meridians we're going to be playing with are small and large intestine, the pericardium, which of course goes back to the heart, and something called the triple burner. And the triple burner is cool because it's responsible for extracting nourishing energy from food and fluids and distribute it via the meridian system to the lungs and other parts of the body. So we're really going to be doing a nice job with our lungs and digestion, among other things. All right, so we'll start by dropping in. And as you guys get comfortable and ready to drop in, you can either stay seated or lie down. I want to tell you after class today at 8 is fitness with Alex. And at 7 p.m., Margot teaches an intermediate flow class. So if you don't get enough out of Yin, please either stay or come back. So find yourself lying down or seated, making sure wherever you are, you're comfortable. And then kind of wiggle, find yourself in a, just so you find yourself calming down, wiggle, seated or lying down. And if you want to, females, you can put your right hand on your belly, males, left hand on the belly, closing the eyes when you're ready. Just start to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, feeling that belly rise and fall. Again, females, right hand on the belly, males, left hand. And as you begin to pay attention to the belly rising and falling, let that breath be your focus. So focusing on that one thing today, this morning, it's our breath. If, as you focus on the breath, you find your mind wandering, inhaling is a count of 1, exhales 2, inhale again is 3, exhale again be 4, and do that to the count of 10, and then start over. So those, you can focus on the breath by focusing and counting the number of breath to 10. Letting the breath have just a natural cadence now. Still focusing on the breath, either counting or just the sensation. 30 more seconds. Can you hand me my phone? I'm not sure where it is. 3 more breaths. Go like that. Oh, boy. And then slowly, if you are seated, just gently opening the eyes. Slowly waking up. If you are if you are on the ground, bend your knees, place both feet on the floor, and roll to your right side. All right. And then from there, you're going to come onto seated on the heels. And you're going to come into a child's pose. Right? So just seated on your heels. With this child's pose, because we are playing with our arms, right, and the upper body, in your child's pose, you're going to bring your arms out in front of you, okay? Forehead should be resting. If you need something to support your head, feel free to use a brick, a towel, pillows, whatever works for you. And I'm going to tell you when to get into that child's pose. So just getting yourself, beginning to prepare to get ready. Okay, so snuggling down into that child's pose, we're going to be here for about 3 minutes. So heels, sitting back on the heels, belly towards, belly on the thighs, or you can take the feet wider and then bring the arms out. So the child's pose, as we are here, we're going to compress the spleen in the stomach, stretch the urinary bladder and the kidney, and those arms outstretched are going to be what we're focusing on, shoulders. So you're just going to come here, nice and relaxed. 3 minutes. If you start to feel tingling in the arms while you're in this child's pose with your arms out, feel free to bring the arms down a little bit, bending the elbows. So during this practice, you should not feel any tingling or numbness. And then focus on that sensation, breathing in and out through the nose, no longer controlling, just breathing. Letting go of any effort, trying to find stillness. Let those arms relax, palm on the floor, feeling a gentle stretch. No effort, all ease. Little less than a minute left. "30 seconds, please." Slowly bring yourself up to seated back on the heels, coming into another chest opener similar to that. I want you to come into a tabletop, okay? in your tabletop. So this is called melting heart or Anahanasana. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. I'm going to show you how to get into the pose, and then I'll read to you about the pose. So in doing this, basically you're letting your chest come to the ground, hips stay back. For some people, they can put their entire chest on the ground. For some of us, it's going to be just our forehead. For some people, it's your chin. But what you're making sure you're doing is you're letting your chest melt to the ground, and at the same time are reaching those arms out, creating that stretch. So find yourself reaching out and letting that heart melt to the ground. Everything is relaxing, so I'm not forcing my hips to come back. I am not forcing my hands into the floor, just hanging out, letting my chest kind of hammock. In doing this, if you do feel any tingling or numbness, just come back to that child's pose with the hands, though, swept by your sides. So this beautiful heart opener, Anahastasana, is a primary focus on this one is going to be our heart and lungs. And we do have that compression just like we did in child's pose of the stomach and the spleen. So you're about not quite a minute into it, and we're just going to hang out. Melting heart. Let that chest just hammock, focusing on sensation. Still working on opening the shoulders, playing with that heart and lung. Halfway there, about a minute and a half left. Let the chest melt. Remember, you can take your chin to the floor or your entire chest comes on the floor. It just depends what your body is doing. Stay focused on sensation, breathing in and out through the nose. About another 40 seconds. Slowly bring yourself back to your tabletop. And then find yourself lying on your belly. Nice. So here we are on our belly. I'm going to stop this and reset our stopwatch. I don't want to flap. So we're going to come into Sphinx, and we're going to start with Sphinx, and then we will add on. So we're going to be, Sphinx is really a lovely pose. For some of us, just letting ourselves relax, just like this. My elbows are underneath my shoulders. My hips are relaxed. My back is relaxed. And again, I'm letting that chest hammock, and you are welcome to dump into those shoulders. Head can be upright if it's comfortable, or let it hang. Okay, so I'm going to start our timer. You're on your belly. Legs are relaxed. Okay, glutes are relaxed. Lower back is soft. If this is uncomfortable, I sometimes will come down a little lower. Something like that. Okay, because for me, it is much easier on my back. So really be mindful of the back. Let it soften. Okay, so here we are in Sphinx. We're going to be here for another 3 minutes. And just letting yourself ease. This should not be painful. So if you are feeling discomfort anywhere, please come down to a more gentle back bend, okay? Nice and easy. So this is going to stimulate our urinary bladder, kidney, stomach, and spleen. Doing lots of stomach and spleen again. And then as we compress between the third and fourth vertebra, we have that stimulation of the adrenal gland in the kidney. Okay, so we're just here relaxing, letting our body take shape. Once again, another nice heart opener and a gentle back bend. Letting go of all effort. And really, that primary focus is on sensation in the body. So, and this again is working on our shoulders. About another minute. Letting the whole chest relax. One of the few times I'll tell you, you can dump into your shoulders. Let your jaw relax, about 20 more seconds. And then to release this pose, this is going to be the best part. You're going to lie down with your hands, your forehead stacked on your hands, and just let the entire back relax. So you're really finding ease. If you're somebody who'd like to just lie with your cheek to the mat, that's great too. We're just going to sit here for about a minute, and then we're going to come back into another pose on our belly. So nice and relaxed, letting everything release. Such a great counter pose where you're lying around. Few more breaths. Still nice and relaxed, giving that back a break. And then lift the chest again. So we're going to go a little deeper into this back bend, playing with the shoulders still. You can either find yourself in a higher sphinx. Some people can come into seal. Another way to do seal is to have the arms out farther, okay? Or they can actually, so you actually look like a seal, okay? So here is an option for this. And remember, there's no effort and you're going to be here 3 minutes. So that compression you're feeling should not be painful. Seal can also be seen with the hands out in front of you, okay? Or you can choose to come into that sphinx. Everything should be soft and relaxed. In my sphinx, I like to have my elbows underneath my shoulders. nice and relaxed. So you can always start in this a pose that's a little more backed off, so to speak. And then let that chest release, head just hangs. Find the tongue. The tip of the tongue should be, if your jaw's tight, tip of the tongue can be behind the front top teeth. And that will help release that jaw. And then let go of the effort in the legs. Focus on that sensation. And as you stay in the pose and focus on sensation, notice how your body shifts and changes. So we're really letting go of control and letting the body take the lead. About 45 seconds. Let go of all that effort. Nice, easy, soft. Nice. Slowly, to get out of this pose, push yourself back, and we're just going to come into a counter pose of a brief child's pose. So find yourself arms relaxed by the sides, sit bones towards the heels. And remember, if you'd like to, you can take the big toes together, feet come wide, and just relax this way. Do not find discomfort or pain. There's no wrong way to do this. That's not my timer. And then let yourself rest for about another 30 seconds or so right here. As you are in this counter pose, kind of check out what your body's feeling. Where do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel like you haven't done much to your body yet, which we've done a lot already? A couple more breaths where you are. And then find yourself in a seated posture, please. Your arms reach your legs out in front of you. So we're going to do half shoelace. Half shoelace. In this pose, we're going to be working liver, kidney, gallbladder. Okay. I want your left leg to stay straight. And take the right leg, so your right leg, I'll do this so it looks like you all. Right leg on top of left. So my left leg is long. My right leg is bent, knee on top of each other. So some of this might be a little uncomfortable. So we're going to do something called cow face or Gomukhasana arms. And in doing that, I will turn around and show you how ideally I'd like to use our arms, and you might want to use a shirt to assist with this. So here we are, right leg is on top, your right arm is going to come behind you, left arm is right here. Okay, so if you're somebody who can bind, go for it. If you need to, hang on to your shirt, or please hold. Use your harness. Hey, yep, so you could always use your harness. Oopsies, right arm behind, just like that. Okay. So, grab a harness, grab whatever you need. Left leg long, oops, right leg on top. Okay, so I've got my knees stacked. Taking my harness, I'm going to take my left arm behind me, holding onto the harness. Right arm comes behind me, like so. All right, so I'm grabbing onto that. So I'm in Gomukhasana arms. And we're going to stay just like this as best you can, okay, for 2 minutes. If you are somebody who can lean forward and relax into it, go for it. But remember, we are not efforting. Once again, we're working on our shoulders, all right? Liver, kidney, gallbladder. I can't see my timer. Hey, that works. Stay right here still. That right arm of yours is behind the back. Head is released. Feel free to come down as far as you like or stay upright. But try very hard to let the whole body release. All ease, no effort. Ooh. Where do you feel this? Where is that primary sensation? And is it more leg or arm or neck or back? And then hang out with it, about 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. Slowly roll up. Release your strap. Shake your arms out. I'll reset our timer. So we're staying here, but now we're going to do another arm move. So start with your arms out. Take your right arm on top of your left and come into your eagle. So I elbows crossed, palms towards me as I bend my elbows and put the palms together. Okay, so it looks like this. And then again, feel free to come down as far as you'd like. Okay, this might work, propping. And you're going to be here again in this eagle arms, Garudasana arms for 2 minutes again. Can I see my timer? Sort of. Nice, easy, relaxed. Eagle arms, right arm on top. And just let the body do what it wants. Is this a different sensation for you than the other pose? And if so, where and how? Just observe, stepping back and being that observer. About another 30 seconds. Beautiful. Roll yourself up, releasing your arms. For our counter pose, we're going to do a seated swan. So I played with this yesterday morning too. I don't remember which class. You're going to start, hands are going to be behind you. Your right leg now is going to, you're going to walk yourself back. Right leg's going to come onto the left thigh. And you're going to walk yourself in. So it's basically a seated figure four. It's called a seated swan. So it's a lot like pigeon, basically. Just a variation on that theme. Couple of breaths here, feeling that yummy stretch in the glute on that right side. Couple more breaths, please. Nice. Release. Switching sides, so now your right leg stays straight, left leg comes on top. Okay, so get yourself situated here and then find yourself trying to stack the knees as best you can. Relaxing. And then we're going to come into the cow arms or the Gomukhasana. So your left arm is going to come behind you, right? My palm faces out. Right arm on top. So I'll turn around again so you can see it. And I'm going to use my harness to show you. So I have been doing, so your left arm comes underneath, right arm on top. And it's going to look like that. Okay? If you're somebody who can bind, more power to you. All right, so right leg long, left leg on top, left arm behind, right arm over. Okay, so my left arm is behind me and I'm hanging on. My right arm is hanging on, either interlacing my hands, hanging onto my shirt, or in my case, my harness. I just started the timer. So coming into this, find yourself only coming as far forward as feels good or not at all. Okay? And find your stillness in this pose. Okay, nice, easy, soft, hanging out. So kind of releasing that effort. I know for me, I had a habit of flexing my feet and just kind of powering with my feet to start, and I've really got to turn that off. And if my leg wants to roll open, it rolls open. If you feel pinching, discomfort, pain, tingling, numbness in the arms, get out of it. This isn't something that you're going to benefit from. It's going to be the opposite of a benefit. A little over 30 seconds left, please. Ten more seconds. Nice. Roll yourself up. Woo. Release, shake out those arms, and then we're going to come into the eagles. So we're going from a cow to an eagle. Who knew? So once again, arms are going to be out, and this time your left arm comes on top. So arms start out, left arm comes on top, Palms come towards you, and then you're gonna try to interlace the hands. Okay. And then wherever you are, you can either stay here, let the head rest, letting go of tension, or come forward into that forward fold. And again, we're gonna be here for about 2 minutes. Left arm is on top. And you're letting go of all effort. Remember, you're letting your body create the pose. Let the pose. You're letting the pose just kind of fit into you. You're not shoving your body and forcing the pose. You're just kind of finding your inner slumpage, as I like to call it. Ease. One more minute, please. Nice, easy breaths. Ooh, letting go of all that control at the thighs. Effort in the thighs release. Lower back, head. Again, this should not tingle. There should be no discomfort. Let your shoulders soften. Notice what happens, if anything. Twenty more seconds. Nice. Slowly roll up. Woof. Shake out that hand, arms. Counter pose is going to be, again, that seated swan or pigeon feet, legs. So walk yourself back. You're on your bum, in feet on the floor. Take that left ankle, put it on top of the right thigh this time, and then walk yourself in. Okay. Chest should be tall, and it's nice because I'm using my arms as my pillars to stay upright. And still, this is pretty easeful, and it's a really nice surrender into the glutes. Ooh, stay here. Oh, a couple of breaths. Nice counter pose. I like a good counter pose, I guess. Okay, great. Great. Let's get out of this. And next thing we're going to do, this is kind of funky. I liked it. It took me a while to figure out what was going on with the wrist. But then I started reading better. So we're going to start in butterfly or cobbler's pose. Adjust your pants as needed. You're going to, sitting up, bring the soles of the feet together. If you know you're going to need some support, because we're going to be here for a little bit, and your knees are way up here, which there's nothing wrong with that, see if you can stack something behind underneath. So when I'm stacking something underneath my thighs, I don't bring it to my knee. I actually start to bring it up towards my top of my thigh, right? Because it's a lot easier on everything. So I bring it here and it's easy versus bringing it all the way out here, whoosh, and it comes farther down. So depending on what your flexibility is, find that brick or support on your thigh that allows you to relax completely. I have to put my glasses on for this one. So here we are in butterfly, and this alone stimulates our gallbladder and urinary meridians, and the focus is going to be on our wrists. In doing this, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to start with your palms up, and you're going to try to bring your hands, okay? So palms up, and I'm trying to get my fingertips and my palms onto the ground, which is good luck for me. And then sitting in this, I'm just going to let myself pause, Okay, again, so I'm going to start with my palms up. My fingertips touch the ground, and then I move and scooch forward to try to get my palms flat on the ground. All right, we're going to be here. I'm going to start my timer. We're going to be here for a minute. Okay, so this is our wrist stretch in cobbler's pose. Let yourself relax. If this gets too intense, back up a little bit. If you're somebody who can palm the floor, once you're palming the floor, then start bending your elbows. Everybody's got a different body. That's the beauty of all this. We can always figure out what needs to come next. So you're going to be here about 30 more seconds. I feel this quite a bit in the front of my forearms. So this would be a great pose after a good climb. Kind of soften and ease and open up from that pump. Try not to get too much of a pump. 10 more seconds. Release, relax. Come out of this and shake. How are you guys doing? All right, you ready for the next one? So we've tried to flatten. So this time we're actually going to have our palms down. Okay. Turn your hands. So here's what we're going to do. I'm trying to figure out how to voice this. So my palms are facing down. I'm going to put my fingertips on the floor. And I'm basically going to try to get my arms so that the back of my hand is on the ground. Okay. So it's going to look like that. So this piece is on the ground, not my palm, the back of my hand. So we're going opposite of what we just did. So palms down, fingertips to the ground, and then try to roll onto the back of the hand. Nice and relaxed, right? We've got another 45 seconds right here. And just find yourself slipping forward the deeper you can get into this stretch. And know that everybody's wrists are different. And I know for a fact that I have minimal amount of flexibility in my wrists, so don't follow me. Do as I say, as usual, not as I do. Everything relaxes. Let yourself just soften. About 15 more seconds. Woohoo, come on up, right? How's that for some happy wrists? Now we get to do the fun part, which is just coming into that cobbler's pose and letting yourself come forward. So it's really working those inner thigh lines. Hands can relax, let it hang. So you're in this cobbler's pose for 3 minutes, no more effort in the wrists. Check out how your wrists feel. I know mine feel kind of nice. A little more open than they have felt. Let your belly relax, toes soften. Pay attention again to that sensation. Where do you feel this in your body? And then see if that sensation shifts and moves as you stay longer into this pose. Halfway there.
One more minute. More seconds. Letting the body just go. It knows where it wants to go. Release. Nice. Come all the way up. All right. Reach the legs out in front of you, arms behind you, and just lift the chest, stretching and opening. From here, we're going to come into a single leg reclining twist. Sounds more than it is. Trust me. So, this single leg reclining twist is going to restore equilibrium in the nervous system and release spine tension. The cool thing about twists is if you're feeling really chill and you're too chill, right? You come into a twist and it'll pop up your energy, or if you're too hyper, you come into a twist and it'll tap you down. So it really just kind of brings you back to, like I said, that equilibrium. So in this pose, we're going to be here for about a minute before we come into a traditional twist on each side. We're going to be working the urinary bladder, the heart, lung, small and large intestine, gallbladder, liver, spleen, and pancreas. So all those upper body meridians. As we lie down on our back, okay, my left leg is going to stay straight. So let your left leg stay straight. Take the right leg, bending it, and bring it over to the side. All right, so I took my left leg all the way over to the right, and bring your right arm up. Okay, so I've got this full stretch going on. Right arm should be straight. I'm starting our timer. And once again, any tingling or numbness isn't an option. And just letting all that effort go. You know, instead of trying to pull the belly in and fire up and getting one leg down and the other one not down, don't even worry about it. If you end up rolling over to one side, who cares? Right? This is one of those times where we're just in the pose to be in the pose. Take your head any way you want to. Twenty more seconds on this side. Awesome. Roll over, using your hands, push yourself up. All right, and we're going to come on to the other side. So this time, sitting up tall for just a moment. Okay, lie yourself back down. Right leg is going to stay straight. I'm bending my left leg, rolling towards my left side. So this side feels quite a bit different, and that's totally cool. And then I'm going to reach my left arm up overhead, so I have this long line on my side body. Okay, head can go wherever I want it to. I do need to see my watch, though. All right. And you're going to be here for about another 45 seconds. Let it go. If you are feeling numbness, tingling, pinching, bring the arm up farther away from you or bring it down completely. You should not feel numbing or tingling. 20 more seconds. Beautiful. Release, roll completely onto your back. Okay? Bring your knees in and curl up, so hugging yourself. Nice counter pose. Just a few breaths here. And feel free to kind of take the knees and roll them in one direction or churn. It's almost like you're churning butter, right? I was reading this morning, we have a glut of butter and dairy products, and avocados have increased 60% in almost a month. It's crazy, price-wise, consumption too. All right, so coming onto our backs, we're just gonna come into our traditional time to chill out twist. So arms can be by your side, all right? Knees can be close or far away. I just want to once again find that equilibrium. So bring your knees over to your left side and let your head roll to the right. And if you want to get a stretch in this right side, when you're coming into this twist, arms can be by your side as your head turns to the left. The right side of my neck and traps start to stretch. And I'm letting just anatomy do its thing. I'm letting gravity, not anatomy, I'm letting gravity do its thing. So staying right here. And letting go. So don't push, don't force. This should not hurt. If it does, change that twist a little bit. And let go. Doesn't matter what it looks like. So remember, find the space in which you can relax. No discomfort here. Move the knees, whatever you need to find that, and then really let that spine rest. Let the belly soften. Halfway there. One more minute, please. Let that ease take over. Pay attention to that sensation as you feel the body shift, as you feel the muscles let go. 15 more seconds. Awesome. Bring the knees back to center. If you want to, you can bring the knees in and curl up, or just bring the knees in. And then we're going to come to that opposite side. So, feet on the floor, arms can be by your sides. Take your knees to the left or to that opposite direction. And once again, find that space that's comfortable. Knees can be up as high as you want them to be, or they can be farther away. No discomfort anywhere. And I'm putting our timer on, right? And the head, if your arms are by your sides, like I said earlier, it is a great way to stretch out the neck. No discomfort. Remember, if you're watching me, I'm playing with my knees because I want to make sure I can relax completely. And if my knees are too close, I'm not relaxing. It's not comfortable. So this is much more comfortable. Maybe. Release that sense that we always feel we have to smack those thighs together or keep our legs in one position. Just let one knee do whatever it wants and the other one will. Letting go of that control. Halfway there. About a minute. Awesome. Come right out of this. Feel free to bring the knees up and roll about. And then find yourself stretching yourself out, coming into your Shavasana or resting pose. And feel free to stay in that Shavasana as long as you would like. Thank you so much for coming today. Alex is coming up in about a minute or two. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Namaste.